Salutations and welcome to Roth Range, another in the series of the Remington 510. All right, time to repair this stock. Boy, this is a bad break. It's not a crack, it's definitely a break. As you can see, it's broken all the way through. Not good, but we can fix that. Little Gorilla Glue. This says that it's white. I looked for clear. Doesn't matter anyway because we're going to sand it down and paint over it anyhow. So the first thing we want to do is get a wedge of some kind. I'm going to use a screwdriver here. Pry the two pieces apart so that we can get the glue down in there. Want to make sure that we get plenty of glue on all parts of this break. Make sure that it gets through to the inside and the outside. Don't have to be sparing with it because, as I said, we're going to sand it down and paint it anyhow. So use a good amount. Make sure you get plenty of glue in there. Keep this from coming apart again in the future. Work it in a little bit, wipe off the excess. Do the same thing to the other side. The other side's not quite as bad. It's barely broken. It's mostly a crack. So we'll fix that. Then we will put a clamp on there. Let it sit for, really only needs a few hours, but I've got other things to do, so it's probably going to be about 24 hours. And then we'll get to sanding that down. All right, so 24 hours later, looks like time to start sanding. First, I'm going to peel off what I can here. Make the sanding a little easier, spend a little time peeling this stuff off. Now we'll get some 150 grit sandpaper. Pretty rough. Doesn't matter though. Sand that glue off. Get it nice and smooth. Once we get down to the wood, we want to use a block on our sanding paper so that we don't make any odd shapes by sanding with our hands. So wrap that sandpaper around a block of some kind, piece of old cutting board there that I've got. Okay, well, it feels nice and smooth now, so we'll move on. Feels nice and smooth. We've gotten all the glue sanded down so that you can't feel that there's glue there, not raised above the stock at all. So now we'll get on to sanding off the stock. We're going to use a 200 grit so that we take off. Actually, we want to kind of take off quite a bit of wood since it's so badly damaged. Smooth it out a little bit. Nothing serious. I'm not going to spend a lot of time sanding out all the divots and steaming. I'm just not going to spend that kind of time on it. It's kind of a rescue and not a restore. So we'll just sand it down, get it fairly smooth, and then we'll move on. Alright, so we've got it sanded down as much as I'm going to do on this thing. I'm not going to spend too much time sanding it, so that'll do. It's still got lots of cuts, scrapes, divots, cracks, explosions. It's rough, but that's alright. It's just going to be a truck rifle, so it doesn't matter. It's going to get more dinged up anyway.